During adolescence period, the sex organs become active, that is, the testes start producing sperms and the ovaries start producing eggs. This indicates that the individual is becoming capable of producing children. This is the stage of puberty. So in this video, I will be talking about the development of sexual and secondary sexual characteristics during adolescence. Now, what is puberty? Puberty is the period during which reproductive systems of boys and girls mature. In girls, it starts at the age of about 12, and the first sign of puberty is the development of breasts. In boys, it starts at about the 13 years of age, and enlargement of testes is its first sign. So, as I had already said, that puberty is a period during which girls and boys become mature enough to produce a young one. The first sign in girls is enlargement of breasts. The first sign in boys is the enlargement of testes. Now here I would like to say that enlargement of breasts and enlargement of testes are secondary sexual characteristics. So there are two types of sexual characteristics, secondary sexual and primary sexual, which I will be talking about towards the end of the video. But now let's talk about the sex hormones. Now puberty is brought on by sex hormones which start getting produced by the testes and the ovaries. The male sex organ hormones are called the androgens. The main ones are called the testosterone. The female hormones The female hormones are called the estrogens. It's written as oestrogens, but it's read as estrogens. O is here silent. Now these hormones are activated by the follicle stimulating hormone, which is the FSH, produced by the pituitary gland. Now, if you don't know what's pituitary gland or what's the FSH, then I have made a separate video about this and I'll provide it in the description box. Now, the sex hormones bring about other changes as well. For example, if we take in boys, the voice breaks and their hair starts growing on the legs, chest, face, etc. A boy who has been through puberty soon finds himself to have to shave. In girls, breasts start developing and fat is laid down in the thighs, which gives them the characteristic curves of the female body. Now, as I had already told you, we'll discuss the secondary and primary sexual characteristics. Now, firstly, what is primary sexual? The difference in male and female anatomy which are present at birth is called the primary, means it's the first. Prime means first. So primary sex characteristics means it's the first characteristics. By looking at, like, a baby girl will have a ovary, or will have a ovary, and a baby boy will have a testis already, and this is something that will be present during birth. So this is the first thing. So this is primary sex characteristics. If we talk about secondary sex characteristics, then these are the external characteristics which differentiate male and female gender and appears during puberty with some physical changes. Like if we talk in girls, then breasts grow, pubic hair grows, they have wide hips. Whereas if we see in boys, then due to testosterone, body hair grows, voice breaks, the muscle growth increases. So these are all the secondary sexual characteristics. Now, as you can see the figure, the important physical changes during puberty. In boys, there is enlargement of testes. In girls, the ovaries mature and the release of eggs starts. In boys, again, the penis and the scrotal sac grow, whereas in girls, the uterus and vagina grow in size. Also, the menstruation cycle starts. In boys, there is a sudden spurt in growth, and the shoulder girdle grows more than the hip girdle, whereas it's the opposite in girls. Hip girdle is greater than shoulder girdle. So you can simply draw a table like this so you have a very good understanding about it. Also, breasts grow in girls. Then boys, they start to grow beard, mustache, pubic and chest hair. As I've already said that a boy who is going through puberty will soon find himself having to shave. Whereas in girls, there are no hair on chest or abdomen. In boys, if we talk about the voice, then uh, boys have a low pitched and deep hoarse voice, whereas girls have a high pitched voice. Now, when you're hearing me, you get to know that okay, I'm a girl. When you hear a boy, you get to know that okay, he's a boy. How do you get to know it? It's just because of the characteristics. These are the characteristics that differentiate the boys from the girls. Just by listening, you get to know that okay, she's a girl or okay, he's a boy, right? To help you out in the difference between the primary sexual characteristics and the secondary sexual characteristics of the males and females, I have this. It's a must in notes. Now let's see what's there. So, firstly, males, the primary sexual characteristics. There is growth of scrotum and testis. And if you don't know what scrotum and testis, then do check out my channel, or I leave the link in the description and you can just go and check it. Then secretion of hormones related to sperm production. So I had already told you that boys or males have androgens, of which the main one is testosterone, which helps in the production of sperm. Then growth of penis, I had already told you. Now if we see in females, the primary sex characteristics include increase in size of vagina and uterus. If you don't know what's vagina, uterus, then it's in the same link. I'll provide it in the description so you can go and check it. The next is ovaries produce hormones to start the menstrual cycle. Um, I will make a detailed video about how and for what reason menstrual cycle occurs. Now male, the secondary sex characteristics of males include body and facial hair. They have more muscle mass and they have greater height than females. Their shoulder girdles are broader than the hip girdle. Then if we talk about females, then the hips widen. I had already told you that in females, to give the characteristic curves and the shape, the hips widen and the shoulder girdle is not that wide. So there's also development of breast, distribution of fat to hips, and the curviness of the body. These all things give the characteristic features to the males and females. And there are some things in common, like similarities is pubic hair, oily skin, voice deepens, acne, and increase in height. Increase in body odor is obvious because when sweat increases, then germs will get attracted to it, and hence there will be a lot of body odor. So it's related to oily skin and increase in sweat glands, increased activity of sweat glands. I have already said about the physical changes during adolescence in my previous video. So I'll also provide this link in the description. You can go and check it out. So in the next video, I will be talking about adolescence and the related psychological changes. Now, adolescence is a very critical period. If boys or girls get into wrong company, then the whole life goes wrong. So I guess every one of you should know this. So I'll be sharing this information in the next video. Thanks for watching.